Long before the dawn of time, God created the heavens and the earth. During that time, there existed a great city inhabited by both good and evil spirits. The city was called Eyob. Now, in this city, there lived a righteous man named Eyob, also known as Job. He was a man of great wealth who owned fields filled with livestock, servants to wait on him, and most importantly, he feared God. However, his faith would soon be put to the ultimate test. One day, the evil spirits gathered before the Lord and questioned why they were forbidden from entering the city of Edom. God responded by pointing out one man who stood out among the rest for his righteousness. This man's name was Eyob. Hearing this, the evil spirits became envious and asked God for permission to test Eyob's faith. God granted their request, allowing them to take away everything Eyob held dear, but forbidding them from harming him physically. Immediately, the evil spirits descended upon Eyob's city and unleashed havoc. They killed all his servants and took away his flocks and herds. When Eyob's sons and daughters heard about the tragedy, they gathered together and began to weep and mourn. In their grief, they fell down and were instantly killed by the evil spirits. Eyob, unaware of what had happened, continued to fear God and carry on with his daily routine. But when he looked around, he noticed that his family and possessions were missing. With no one to wait on him or tend to his needs, Eyob spent the next several days alone, eating and drinking from his own stores. During this time, his three friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to comfort him. But instead of offering words of condolence, they began to accuse Eyob of wrongdoing. They claimed that his suffering was a punishment from God for some sin or iniquity he had committed. Eyob, however, vehemently denied their accusations, insisting that he was innocent and had always feared God. Unable to bear their accusations any longer, Eyob cursed the day he was born and wished he had never been brought into existence. Hearing this, his friends left, believing that he deserved his punishment. When God saw that Eyob had endured many trials, he asked the evil spirits, "How long will you torment this man? Do you not see that he has reached his breaking point?" The evil spirits replied, "We have not done anything. You only allowed us to touch him lightly, and we did not cause him to sin by doing so." Upon hearing their response, God rebuked the evil spirits for lying to him and ordered them to restore everything they had taken from Eyob. Not only that, but he also gave him twice as much as he had before. When Eyob's friends heard that everything had been restored, they returned to him, covered in dust and shame. Eyob, however, welcomed them back and said, "Though you did not believe me when I spoke of my innocence, I still welcome you. Bring me food and drink and wash my feet. I want to get clean and change my clothes so I can sacrifice an offering and call upon God." And so Eyob and his friends purified themselves and sacrificed offerings to God. Then, just as he had done before, Eyob began to fear and worship God. God blessed Eyob for his unwavering faith and gave him more than he had before, both in terms of material possessions and family. And so Eyob lived the remainder of his days in peace, still fearing God and continuing to worship him. The story of Eyob is a testament to the power of faith. Even when faced with unimaginable trials and tribulations, Eyob never wavered in his belief in God. His story teaches us that true faith is not dependent on our circumstances, but rather on our relationship with God. No matter what challenges we may face in life, we can find strength and comfort in knowing that God is with us and that He will never forsake those who love Him. And so, the journey of Eyob, though filled with hardship and suffering, ultimately led him closer to God and gave him a deeper understanding of his purpose in life.